Right, so I'm back doing a brand new series. It's going to be another Journeyman series. I know the last one ended a little bit abruptly. I got bored of the save, so I stopped playing completely on that save. I started a new one on my own and just played that one. As you can see, I've got quite a few leagues loaded here. I've got English up until the Vanarama National, Germany, or got all 3 leagues loaded, got all 4 Scotland leagues, and then a lot of other ones I've just got the top division loaded. I've got lower ones of countries I would like to go to and progress through, such as France. I'd like to go to the second division because I feel like I've never managed in the second division of France. So I thought it'd be quite good. I've applied for 4 jobs: Arlen, Darmstadt, Aberystwyth, and Bradford. So I'll come back if I get an interview at any jobs and if any other ones come up that interest me. We have had 2 job interviews so far. We've got the VFR Arlen one in the third Bundesliga, which I think would be a very good job to have. They've got some very good players down at this level. Some players on a lot of money as well. You can see the key player there on 3.6 grand per week. I feel like he would be this team. Sorry, would be a good team to go to. He's played a whole season in the Bundesliga too, so they've got some good players at this level. And they have been up in the Bundesliga too as well. And we also had the Aberystwyth job, which I'd happily take if I'm not going to get the Arlen job. As you can see, their players aren't at the same standard. Then it's a much lower division. I did check here. They've got Callum Preston on Old Blues, but I don't know how I remember him because he never played a game for us. But yeah, I'll come back to you if I get any job offers. As you can see here, we've been offered both jobs at both Arlen and also Aberystwyth. Aberystwyth is on a lot less money, like 4.5 grand from Arlen. I think it was like £240 a week down at Aberystwyth. So I think I know which one I'm going to take. Then they want me to finish top half. They haven't given me any money to spend, and I don't know if that's a lot of wage budget for this level. I'm trying just to haggle a bit. 4.7 grand a week on a 12-month contract. I'm accepting the offer. We're going to go through the players now, sort of see what we can do, who we can maybe bring in. 14.5 seater stadium, so it's not too bad. It's like a good little club, to be fair. I feel like in the year that we're here, if we're only here for a year, we could take them quite far. At the end of the season, I would happily sign an extension, but I would also be happy to move up a division maybe if another team come in for me. I'm not going to stick around if there's better jobs out there that I could go to. I'm not going to leave if there's not a better job. I'm not just going to resign like some people might. But I'd happily stay here at the end of the season, or I would happily move on, depending on how the season goes. But we might not even get that far. We could get sacked after a few months, and then we'll have to move to a team like Aberystwyth on very little money. Just going through the interviews here. I prefer my coaches to do a lot of the stuff for me. I don't really like doing friendlies or training or anything. I can't be bothered for that kind of stuff. I also need to bring in my assistant manager I've had for every single team I've managed since I started playing this game a few years ago. I don't know why. He's just a one that I brought in when I first got the game, and I've just done it every single time since. Kenneth Mickelson. He's a decent assistant manager. He's not brilliant, but he's good. I feel like he would be good for this level as well. He's got a bit of experience, not in this country, but he's had a bit of experience. We have literally no one at the club with us apart from our goalkeeping coach. I don't know why they've only got a goalkeeping coach, but that's all we've got. So as you can see, I'm just going through, getting a head physio, a chief scout, all the essentials, and then we'll go from there. I'm not going to go and bring in 4 scouts now and 4 physios, because I don't think we've got the money for that. Obviously, we're already over our wage budget as it is, so I'm trying to be a bit cautious with the amount of money I'm spending. I don't want to be spending a lot of money. So this one, he doesn't want as much as the other one, and he's not that much worse. We could maybe get him for 450, as we saw there, £450 a week for a decent physio. He's not awful, but he'll be our head physio. And now we also need to look for a scout. I'm just trying to get the core of my staff in, because at the moment we've literally got nobody here with us. You can see I'm just looking for a scout that's decent. I don't really care about the adaptability. I just want to have good scouting for him, good judging player ability, good judging player potential. I think this one is the one that we go for. No, I did record this a few days ago, and the audio didn't work for it, so I'm having to do a voiceover now. You see, I think this is the one we do go to. Dirk Anders. He doesn't want too much money per week, so that's quite good. I'm trying to be cautious with the money we're spending. I'm just looking for other ones we could potentially bring in. Do we go for this one as well? Oh no, because he wants too much money. So I normally when I'm playing, I just spend all the money I've got, but I want to be a bit more realistic this time. Realistically, I'm not going to go out and spend 1.5 grand per week on every single staff member. You would go for a slightly worse one that wants half the money. I'm trying to be a bit better with this, and we're just looking for a few of the players now. We've got 2 very good goalkeepers. One of them has been at the club for a number of years. The fans do really like him, but the other one is better and he's younger. So he's going to be the one that we play. I do also like playing with a sweeper keeper in my tactics, which both of them are, so that's quite good. We're just looking for all the players that have 1 year left on their contract. And looking at the players, we have got a very good squad. They're all good players for this level. I feel like we could go far with him. Obviously, we've saw this one before. He's a very good player. I feel like he might be difficult to hang on to because he's very good. We have got a bit of potential in the team as well. As you can see, we've got this winger who it says his natural position is a striker, I think it said. But the little circle, it was more full on the right wing. So I don't understand that at all. We're giving this goalkeeper a new contract just because he's one of our better players. I feel like we should try and keep hold of him for longer. He's going to be a very good player for this team and then over the next few years. He wants to have a release clause. I don't really want to have it in there, but I'd rather have him and sell him for 230 grand, I think it is, than lose him on a free next summer. So that's my thinking behind keeping the release clause, and I'd rather sell him for a little bit of money than lose him completely. So we're just looking through a few more of the players, seeing who we've got, where we need to improve, and we've got decent players in all positions. There's no position where we massively need players, I don't think, apart from central midfield. But yeah, as you can see, there's better quality needed at central midfield, and there's a lack of quality at left back. So we could improve the left back. We've got some there. But if we've got our centre mids in and we don't need anyone else, then we could go in for a left back. I'm looking at the under-19s here, see if there's anyone else. So this is what I'm talking about. He's natural in striker, but he's like circles more full on the right wing, which doesn't really make sense to me. I don't know how you can be a natural striker, but that not be your best position. There's not a lot. I think. Well, first we need to look for a senior affiliate because I feel like that's something we should do. They did grant the request. I can't remember if I can't remember any of this, so this is all new to me as well. We are going to look now to see if there's any good players we can bring in. Obviously, we've got no money, so I'm going to be looking more at loan players. You can see I've looked at John Yeboah here. If we need a left winger, we'll go in for him. I'm just looking for this central midfielder is one that I thought would be a good player for us. He's wanted by a lot of clubs, so it shows that he's good. Obviously, at this point, I don't have any scouts, so I can't get any scout reports in, so I don't know if this guy's good for this level or not. We do put a loan offer in for him though because it will be free pretty much. I'm not paying any money for him, so it won't be too bad. Just looking through, seeing if there's any other good players that we need to look at. We've got this defensive midfielder here. He can play centre back, central midfield, attacking midfield, or CDM. So he can play pretty much anywhere in the spine of the team, which is good. And he is one of our better players. I think there is a striker on the list here. I can't remember which one that we are. I think we do move him on in the next episode because he's getting. I think it's the older one. He's getting on a bit, and he was on quite a bit of money. So I thought we'll move him on to try and get a bit more money into the club, bring a bit more stability, because at this point we have no money coming in. We are losing a lot of money. I was looking through all the different players here because I'm trying to think of what tactic I could play. I think I'm going to stick with my 4-2-3-1 that I pretty much always play because it works for me and it works quite well. This is the striker I think we're selling. It's on 2.7 grand a week, and I think we do look at selling him here. I think we ended up loaning him out, and they're paying like 90% of his wages. So even if it's not all of his wages off the bill, but it's most of them, which is good for us. Obviously, at the end of the season, I'll then look just to sell him completely. You can see that we are now searching for the senior affiliate. It's going to be a difficult job, obviously, but I am looking forward to it. We do look to get our Continental B licence, which they do say yes to, which is good, because I need to improve as a manager. We haven't got great stats. We've got 15 on attacking, because in real life I'm more of an attacking player. In the next episode, we'll be looking at the transfers we've made and playing our first game. Thank you guys for watching. Goodbye.